Decoding retirement finances. How much money do you really need? Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's on everyone's mind. Retirement. I know. It sounds daunting, but don't worry, we've got you covered. How much money do you really need to retire? Let's break it down in a way that's easy to understand. Factor number 1. How much will you spend? So here's the scoop. The general rule of thumb is that you'll need about 80% of your pre-retirement income to maintain your lifestyle in retirement. Why not 100%, you ask? Well, once you retire, you're not forking out money for things like payroll taxes, work clothes, commuting, and those daily lunches. That adds up, right? And let's not forget the joy of no longer shoveling money into your 401k. It's like a financial liberation party. But back to the 80%, how do you cover it? Factor in your retirement account withdrawals, Social Security, pension, or any other income you're expecting. Let's break it down with an example. If your pre-retirement income is $50,000 annually, aim for those income streams to add up to at least $40,000. Simple enough, right? Maybe you and your spouse have checked your Social Security statements and expect a combined $2,000 a month or $24,000 a year. That means you need an additional $16,000 a year from other sources. And remember, taxes can nibble away at withdrawals from your tax-deferred savings accounts. Keep that in mind when crunching those numbers. Now, let's talk about spending. In the first 3 years of retirement, travel tends to be a big expense. Mark Bass, a financial planner, says new retirees often want to embark on epic journeys, maybe even splurge on business class flights. And hey, that's cool, as long as it's in your budget. Build your retirement spending plan alongside your income projection, and you're golden. Oh, and health. Medical care is a big chunk. In 2024, the Medicare Part B standard monthly premium is $174.70 or more, depending on your income. You'll also be shelling out 20% of the Medicare approved amount for most medical services, plus a $240 annual deductible. Ouch. Fidelity Investments estimates that the average couple will need $315,000 after taxes to cover medical expenses throughout retirement, excluding long-term care. Finally, think about what you want to leave to your children or charity. Some folks dream of leaving their entire savings behind, and that's fantastic, but it requires a higher savings rate than a plan that just aims to make your money last as long as you do. Factor number 2. How much will you earn on your savings? Now, nobody's got a crystal ball to predict what stocks, bonds, or bank certificates of deposit will earn in the next couple of decades. But fear not. We can turn to history for some guidance. According to Morningstar Direct, stocks have averaged a solid 10.13% annually since 1927. Bonds come in at 4.94%, and Treasury bills, a proxy for bank deposits, have returned 3.25% annually. But here's the thing, most people don't put all their retirement savings into a single type of investment. It's all about diversification. A mix of 60% stocks and 40% bonds, as suggested by Vanguard, has returned an average of 8.8% annually since 1926. Now, financial advisors often recommend being cautious with estimating portfolio returns. Gary Shatsky, a New York financial planner, shoots for 2.5% returns after inflation, around 5.5% today. It might seem conservative, but as Gary puts it, it's better to aim a little low and be pleasantly surprised than the other way around. Factor number 3. How long will you live? The age-old question, how long are you going to be around? Since we can't predict the future, let's look at averages. At 65, the average American man can expect another 18.8 years, living to nearly 84 according to U.S. Census data. The average 65-year-old woman, she's looking at surpassing her 86th birthday. Now here's where people often slip up. Many underestimate their lifespan, planning for a shorter retirement. But hold on a minute. If you plan your retirement based on living to 80 and you make it to 81, that celebration might not be as lively as you hoped. Consider your family history too. If your parents and grandparents lived well into their 90s, it's worth factoring that into your plan. As Mark Bass, the Texas financial planner, puts it, if your folks live to a ripe old age, the only way you're not reaching that milestone is if you forget to look both ways when crossing the street. Even if you're not feeling like a fortune teller, if you're in good health and your family has a track record of longevity, it's smart to build a financial plan that can support you for at least 25 years into retirement. Factor number 4. How much can you withdraw? Now, back in 1998, Trinity College in Texas dropped some serious knowledge. They conducted a study to find the most sustainable withdrawal rate from retirement savings accounts. Brace yourselves, because they came up with the 4% rule. Here's the scoop. If you have a portfolio with 50% stocks and 50% bonds, you can withdraw 4% of the portfolio in the first year and then adjust that amount for inflation each year after that. For instance, if you've got $250,000 in savings, you could pull out $10,000 in the first year and then adjust that upward for inflation over the next 30 years. The study suggested this strategy had little danger of running out of money before you kick the bucket. But hey, the world keeps turning, and so does financial wisdom. Recent analyses suggest you can tweak the 4% rule for better results, like not withdrawing from your stock fund during a bear market year or skipping those inflation raises for a few years. However, especially at first, it's smart to be conservative with your withdrawals to avoid the risk of outliving your money. Now here's the thing. The 4% rule is pretty conservative, and it requires a decent chunk of change to generate enough income. For example, a $1 million retirement nest egg would give you $40,000 a year. Now, I know what you're thinking. That might not be enough to fund your dream retirement. So, what's the solution? Well, for many folks, working a bit longer can be the game changer. Not only do you keep that paycheck rolling in, but you also get to delay claiming Social Security benefits, which means more significant monthly payments down the line. Gary Shatsky, a financial planner, puts it in perspective. It's a serious decision when you decide to retire because you can't turn the income spigot back on. Every day you work gives you the ability to increase your retirement enjoyment later. Thanks for tuning in to unravel the mystery of how much money you need to retire. If you found today's video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more insightful content. Your path to a secure retirement starts with knowledge, and we're here to guide you every step of the way. Until next time.